Cool. That one worked.
There you go. So
and we're live.
we are live on the YouTubes, but we are not live on the stream. So you get to listen to the behind the scenes of what's wrong with the streams. What's wrong with the streams is the streams are broken. That's what's wrong with them. But that's
We're
okay.
too early.
Yeah, we still got 2 minutes before we should. Oh, popcorn's ready.
No, actually, mac and cheese.
Oh, that's the other thing you can make in the microwave.
No, it's not a microwave. It's a toaster oven.
Oh, so we used to get like the Easy Mac. You make in the microwave. You heat up the water, and I don't remember how to make Easy Mac. I just remember we had it, and it involved the microwave.
I should have recognized that because that was a mechanical bell. Microwaves have electronic bells. Or
I've had a microwave with a mechanical bell. I think I did. I may have.
Well, with a mechanical timer as well.
Yeah, you turned it like a dial.
Yeah.
It was the cheapest microwave I'd ever seen. It was free, and then someone gave it to me for going to college.
You can't get cheaper than that.
Yeah, it was. You know, you put it in.
Is that company out of business?
Probably because you get Gothard and I took a drive to Sam's Club one day, and because he had a membership card because his parents did. And he's like, if you want to buy something. And so I bought a box of individual packages of Reese's Pieces and a box of Act 2 microwave popcorn. And, it's Sam's Club. So they were big-ass boxes. So, you know what? Have you ever, done that thing where you're at home, no one else is around, you raid the cabinets and you find the microwave popcorn. And you're like, oh my god, this is the stuff. And you put it in the microwave, you pop it, and you think to yourself, oh my god, I could eat a bag of this every day. Oh my god, no, I can't. I tried that because I had the big ass Sam's Club case of microwave popcorn, and I had the cheapo turn dial microwave, and so I turned to the maximum time that the microwave bag said to, and I get about half a bag of popcorn out of it because it was that microwave sucked that bad.
Don't you ever do it by the popping method? Once the pops are less than or more than 3 seconds apart, then you remove it.
Well, then it would start burning if I let it go too long.
Well, you have to learn that timing.
Right. You have to find that
as venison suggests. And
that's
how you do it.
It's the sweet spot of, but if you let it go too long to that rate, it's still sitting in the microwave for a longer period of time with less power, and the early stuff that popped will start charring. So then you'd have more popcorn, but like a quarter of it's charred.
Yeah.
It was a bad microwave for popcorn, and I never tried making mac and cheese in it, so I don't know if it did that either.
Your biggest mistake is that you need to go with Orville Redenbacher.
I heard that guy's an asshole.
I don't care. It's good.
There's a lot of people that are assholes, but we still like their products.
I'd prefer popcorn over the stove.
Oh, that is how I don't do microwave popcorn anymore. Which, going back to earlier, the other thing is you're home alone. You open up the cabinet. Oh my god, there's microwave popcorn. It's the greatest thing ever. And oh my god, I'll pop a bag of this. No one's gonna be home for hours. No one will ever know that I popped this bag of microwave popcorn. And
except smell.
I think to this day the house in Hillsborough still smells like microwave popcorn from that bag I snuck out of that cabinet, and it's been probably 20 years now. So that smell just never leaves.
I worked for this company in Houston where the CEO was, overseas most of the time because he had companies overseas, Taiwan and Malaysia. But at least once or twice a year, he would come into the Houston office. And while he was there was a ban on using microwave popcorn because the thought was it smelled like baby puke, and he
What?
didn't like that smell.
Like,
And hey,
smell
he's
like
the CEO, so
So if the CEO says microwave popcorn smells like baby puke, then that's
and we won't be popping that while he's around.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do? Yeah. So see, yeah. Now I do it all. I on the stove because at some point I was like, remember back when I was younger, before microwave popcorn, before we had a microwave in the house, Mom made some awesome popcorn. You melt a whole stick of butter on the big pot of it, and it would just, so that's all I do now. I just buy, popcorn, put some oil in the pan, get it over the stove. That's far better than
Do you
any
have
microwave.
do you have a special pan that you like, or just kind of any old one?
We got a big pot, and
Okay.
I always put in enough popcorn that at some point it starts pushing the lid up, and it kind of just
Ooh. That's
when-
why they invented Jiffy Pop.
Yeah. There was never enough popcorn in a Jiffy Pop. I want to
I
Big ass
rarely use that stuff.
Jiffy
I
Pop.
don't know why. Yeah.
I remember one time we bought a microwave version of Jiffy Pop, which basically had a plastic bubble that would build up into microwave.
That stuff is pretty okay.
Yeah, and the thing I remember about that was that we popped it, and we were going to watch The Wizard of Oz on TV and eat popcorn and have like a movie night, and we put the channel on, and Reagan was on the TV. And the popcorn was gone by the time Reagan was done, and then we went to bed. And
Bummer.
Yeah.
Whole deal was ruined.
yeah. So fuck you, Reagan, and you ruined our movie night with The Wizard of Oz.
And the horse you rode on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no microwave in my camper. I have a stove that has an oven, and I have a toaster oven because I don't know how to light the pilot light for my oven. So basically, my toaster oven is my oven.
That works.
Yeah. And don't laugh at me when I say that I don't know how to light the pilot light for my oven.
Well,
This is a 1983 camper, okay?
You turn the oven on. You listen for the hiss for the gas. You light it back
No.
so you can see what you're doing. And
No. I'm not sticking my head in there to try and find the propane hissing sound in the back of the oven. I don't feel like losing my head. No.
We need someone to-
The worst that'll happen to you is you'll lose some eyebrows.
we need someone to
No.
call in. We need someone to call in that knows something about propane and propane accessories. And hopefully someone like that is fixing the server right now.
By the way, have you, Lulu? Have you seen the new wave ovens? And you?
Yeah, but
I've
I
seen
don't like
some
them.
videos from people that are living in RVs, and they tend to like them.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know.
yeah. I don't know either. I mean, it looks interesting. I don't
Like,
have one to try.
some of the-
but-
Some of the blind people have them. They say that they're magical and they don't really have to worry about cooking
Right.
food. And I'm like, eh.
You know what's great for not having to cook food? Yeah.
What?
You just
Phone?
take your phone. You take a phone, whatever house you're in, you go to the refrigerator, you find a series of numbers that are like adhered there with a magnet, and in about 15, 20 minutes, a guy shows up on the door with a pizza.
So DoorDash, you mean?
Um,
You can get anything.
One, I live in a small town. Up by
We know about the pizza in your town. That's right. I forgot.
Two, I don't have DoorDash. Three, there's hardly any place that will deliver, except for Pizza Hut, and their pizzas here are extremely high priced. They want like $3 or $4 for driver tip that comes out of
Yeah.
your thing, and you have to tip the driver at least $10. That's the minimum.
Yeah, that makes for a very expensive pizza.
Yeah.
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 And not exactly a great one.
No. And it's ran by teens that will spit in your pizza, because they only hire high school students.
Right, because they're cheap. Exactly.
Yeah. So.
And that's the problem with Round Table Pizza, is they just hire these kids that are more interested in grab ass and what have you.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait a minute. Brian, are you saying you're not interested in grab ass?
Grab ass.
Only when you're trying to be there, you're there to make a pizza. Okay?
Brian, you see an ass.
Grab ass is
you grab
okay,
it.
but not when you're supposed to be making a pizza, right?
There's room for a little bit of grab ass here. If you can be presidential and play grab ass, I think you can make pizza and play grab ass. You know. I don't know. That made sense when I thought of it.
Yeah, that could go into our opinion under our opinion section, right?
The opinion section, you know.
Right.
Where's Venison? I thought I heard Venison.
He's on the line. He's still there,
fine.
right?
I'm here.
Now, Venison, where do you weigh in on the grab ass?
On grab assing, I like to have fun. That's all it is if you said.
You ever like wake up in the morning and you're not quite fully awake, and you know that's a state of mind that it could get you into trouble. You know.
Yes. Poor cat.
Whoa!
What
Okay.
did you do to
What?
that?
Okay, we went a whole different direction here.
No, I woke up one morning, felt something on my chest, and then opened the eyes. I was looking at slitted dragon eyes, and I freaked.
Usually, that's not the end they put in your face when you're sleeping, though. So you lucked out there. Usually, you wake up to one big giant eye right in your face.
No, I opened up both of them, and there was one eye in each eye. And then something licked my nose. And that was it. I sat straight up.
I really don't wake up with that with my cat.
No, I don't either. I just heard.
Binksy Boo either sleeps at the foot of the bed and like leaning up against my back pillow, or he sleeps like, you know, on me, or when I'm napping, he will actually climb into the blankets and sleep like a human with the blankets underneath his front paws, and he's sleeping up against me.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
I'm like, and I'll turn over and I'll be like, what the fuck?
Well, Shantico likes to find the spot between my legs and kind of curl up, which basically means that she's like snuggling up right up against my ball sack. But she don't know that, and there's blankets, so that's okay. But
Yeah, right.
Maybe it's because she thinks it smells like a mouse, like a dead mouse.
I don't think so. I think she's just like, well, here's a nice little, you know, spot here for me to, you know, because, you know, leg here, a little div in the middle.
Like, let
that's
me
a convenience.
curl up around,
It's like
around.
It's like a cat bed because there's a leg on either side. It had nothing to do
No.
with the ball sack.
No, it's like, oh, it smells like dead mouse. Let me roll in it.
She don't roll in it. She just settles down and goes to sleep. And then when the alarm clock goes off, she jumps up. I jump up, and then she, you know, looks at me and demands her morning pets, which is about the only time she ever wants me to pet her. And then she's set for her day.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
no, that's not where I
I
was
just
going.
love that sandpaper tongue.
I just woke up one morning and I was like in a daze, and you know, and I looked next to me, and I was like, let's have a little grabsy, and then I remembered, oh, that's right, she hates that, And suddenly I was awake and she was awake, and that was a bad idea. So yeah, make sure you fully wake up before playing grab ass is what I'm getting at.
Oh man.
So Johnny plays grab ass with a cat. Okay.
No. Venison brought the cat into this. Venison brought the cat into this. I was playing grab ass with my wife, but
Oh, okay.
but
No wonder she hated it.
well, she has a no touching rule when she's sleeping, and I completely forgot about that. I was just like, it was a beautiful Saturday morning. The sun was coming in through the window, and I just, was, it was like, and I don't know what came over me or what possessed me.
Have you ever seen the social justice warrior video of that lady going, "Don't touch me! Stop touching me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Don't you touch me! Don't you touch me! Don't you fucking touch me!"
Yeah, it's
Now,
kinda
listeners, after you
like that.
did that, how long was it again before you woke up again?
Well, I was instantaneously awake once.
You know what? I hope she just smacked you a good one.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
She was
How long before you woke up again?
she was startled, and then I was startled, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was halfway awake," and she understood, and we rolled over and went back to sleep, and that was we laughed about it the next morning.
Did you black out?
No,
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure.
I think she smothered you with a pillow.
Yeah, and it killed me. I'm
You
dead
never
now.
know.
You stopped breathing for a while, and then she let you go. She's like, "Feel the pain, bitch."
No, that's what you would have done. Some people are into that, though. Supposedly, it's quite erotic.
I should have done that to my boyfriend.
Coffee.
Coffee? Well, that's something else. That's something
Yeah, I
else.
just woke up.
That's
Not
something.
too long ago.
That is something else that supposedly, in theory, you could make in the microwave.
Coffee?
Coffee.
Well, the water, yes.
Well, here's the thing, and this is when I grew up. My parents they had the Folgers with the flavor crystals for their coffee in the morning.
I'm so sorry.
Well, I didn't drink it. I just that's just what I thought coffee was when I was growing up, and it was something that I didn't drink and that adults did because they did adult things like drink coffee and not actually have any breakfast. And so every morning, I put the kettle on the stove, heat up some water, whistle, spoon of the Folgers and the flavor crystals, and pour the hot water in, stir it up, add your milk, add your sugar. There you go. Good to start your day, because the best part of waking up is the Folgers in your cup. And my next door neighbor, their family got a microwave, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I make my parents coffee every morning. It kind of helps butter them up, and hopefully they'll give me that Nintendo." And she showed me, you put the Folgers flavor crystals in the water in the mug, you put it in the microwave, you set it to 1 minute, you hit start, and then you stir it up, hot coffee. And so when we got a microwave for Christmas, I was like, "Yeah, you can make your coffee in the microwave instead of heating up the water on the stove." And they tried that exactly once, and they went back to the stove. So even though my parents had no idea what decent coffee was, they still had their limits. And that was the limit. They would do the Folgers crystals with the heated water on the stovetop, but in the microwave, no. That is, are you crazy? That's not coffee.
Well, they had a routine, and you tried to break it.
I tried to improve it. I tried to speed
You
it up.
tried to improve it. You're OCD.
Just a little.
No, you make the coffee, you make the good coffee, and then you say, "Here, try this."
Well, I didn't learn about good coffee till I moved to Maine. All right, I think we are now officially live on the streams. So now we can
Oh
really
my
start the show.
god.
All right.
So thank you,
far
dude.
out. Do I have that bookmarked on this machine?
I don't know. Do you? Will we looking for a bookmark?
Oh, yes.
Well, now we could play this.
Officially live on the streams.
So
now we can probably start.
Oh, thank you, Venison. Now we know that we're officially live. So now, once again, it's that time again. It's that time of the hour where I stall for time while I push buttons because it is time for another fun-filled edition of
Insert title here.
the show that changes names so often. We had to put in the placeholder. And this week, we're all here to talk about microwaves, apparently, and Cheery Hoes.
Cheery Hoes.
Yeah, well, I bought some Cheerios, and I call them Cheery Hoes, so I wrote that as the show title. But,
You blasphemy. Desecrating a good cereal like that.
And so, quiz for the viewers of the YouTube channel. Look at Johnny's shirt and tell us what that means.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, us
okay.
old farts will know what that means.
Hey, I am not old.
So you don't know what it means.
I
You never did that.
I did that, but I'm not old. You're an old fart.
That's what I was saying.
I haven't even hit 40 yet. I'll have you know.
So, Venison, for your benefit, C:// and then greater than symbol and underscore. That's what he's got on his shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. All right. And it's got a nice green glow from the behind it too. So there's that.
Oh, I didn't notice that before you mentioned it.
Yeah, that's a nice little touch, isn't
What
it?
the fuck is this?
Anyways,
Moving on.
moving on. What did we say we were going to talk about this
Cheery
week?
Hose.
Cheery Hoes, and grab ass. As we're going to talk about. Yeah. And of course, let us not forget everyone's favorite topic.
Boobies!
Boobies!
But
And of course, let us not forget everyone's favorite topic. Boobies!
thank you for the replay. Madison.
Boobies!
There we go.
I think we're stuck in
Had
a
to
loop.
mute that thing.
We're gonna have to.
Boobies!
Now, some people like boobies. Some people like grab ass. And then there's Vamp. What is Vamp like?
I will toss a salad.
Yep, some people are into that.
Okay.
Boobies!
It's better than tossing your cookies.
I don't know. Brian, are you familiar with the term tossing the salad?
No.
Oh my God.
I'm too old.
Do we have to teach Brian what tossing the salad is?
Yes, let's teach Brian.
Oh, I'm not teaching him this one. This one's.
Neither am I.
Well, that leaves Lulu.
No! I'm sorry, but that's a man's job.
Let's see if I can find a tactful way to put this.
That's a man's job.
That is
You
not
need
a
to-
man's.
That is a man's job.
You mean there's no
That-
YouTube video with that?
Anyone can toss a
explains it.
salad.
No.
Anyone,
No, that is a man's job.
anyone could
that
toss
is
a
a-
salad.
That is a straight up man's job.
Some women are
To teach
into
him that
some women are into tossing salad. You know, it's fair.
that
it's
is the
fair game.
first thing. That is the first thing you learn on Boy Scouts.
All right.
Oh.
There is a clip there's a YouTube clip here that's called "Salad Tossing Defined." So let's see.
Oh God.
Let's see if this offers any insight.
First of all, right, if he's a newcomer, right, I want him to suck my ass with jelly. It's what they call toss the salad. That's the slang word, toss the salad. It means sucking my ass, right? With jelly or without jelly. Some people use syrup. I prefer a guy to use jelly, right? I will reach my climate, right? I will automatically get hard, right? I will, come automatically if he's sucking my ass for about 10 minutes or longer, right? It's a sensation feeling. It makes you feel real good. Most all gays do that. You know what I'm saying? Like guys to suck their ass. It's just like a pussy, right? But the only difference is it's not a pussy, right? It's clean. The person's decent. And the person know that that's an asshole, but in mind, he's looking at it as a pussy because he's in prison. So, toss my salad.
Oh, that's a prison
eat
term.
me, and we straight. That's it.
Yeah. It's got its roots in the prison society.
And Dean's going, ew. Yes.
So no
ew.
actual chefs are involved.
Well, if you want to be called a chef, I mean,
Oh, okay.
There's no
how about that?
lettuce involved. Let's put it like that. But there might be jelly.
Let us look into that further.
Really? You
I
want
mean,
to-
like if you have a swollen, hernia, that could be the lettuce. I mean,
no.
Okay, that's not a pretty picture.
Okay. See, this is why we do this. We do this because sometimes the older folks need to educate us what C:\\/ and then we need to educate the older folks about what we know. So there you go.
And the things we know, they don't want to know.
No, they don't. No one wants to know these things, but
Right.
it has to be known. It has to be known.
Well, when the line is just thrown out there, you got to know what they're talking about, right?
Yeah, so now you know. So now next time Vamp calls in the show, you'll be like, oh, do you like that with jelly or without jelly? And then we'll just all burst out laughing.
Okay. Strange character.
can you use ranch?
I think that's a valid option. I see no reason why not. I mean,
Sounds like a good idea.
some people are into blue cheese, Thousand Island.
Oh no, blue cheese.
Creamy Italian.
Creamy Italian.
I think there's a poppy seed dressing that's pretty popular on some salads. Caesar.
No.
he was into that shit.
Well, I am a little bit. You mix it. You mix it with another dressing and make it come out slightly tinier.
Wait, what?
Well, that is
Caesar,
gross.
Caesar salad dressing. Mix it with another one, and it comes out tastier.
What, tastier?
Tastier?
Tastier. I'm not fully awake yet. I'm surprised at myself. I slept all day because of yesterday.
What?
What happened yesterday?
Had the biggest scare of my life. It's it's like 2:00 in the morning or afternoon. You're sitting there totally relaxed, watching TV, and all of a sudden your screen blanks out, and you get the EBS thing coming on, and I said, "Oh man, they're doing a test now." This is a good program, and then you hear tornado warning for this area.
Oh.
Like, what?
No.
It's like, wait, what? And I look outside real quick, and the sky seems reasonable enough. But then, 30 seconds later, the tornado siren went off.
Oh, no.
And you want to talk about panic. Because there was no shelter here.
Well,
So-
you you do realize that they usually come around with first responder vehicles and try and pick people up.
No, not here.
Really? They don't do that?
It'll be too many people. For some reason, this place on its apartment complex doesn't have basements.
No basement?
No,
What about any buildings nearby have basements?
not that I know of.
So-
Not none you can get to real quick.
So what's your
Well, see,
tornado
that-
plan?
Yeah.
Well, what?
What's your tornado plan then?
Well, they tell you to go to the center of a room between walls and all like that. And, I got a space that goes, to the bathroom, to the bedroom, that I could stand in there or rather huddle down in there. And that's it.
What floor are you on?
First floor.
Oh,
It's a one-story building.
Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
You could also hide in the
Hopefully.
Oh,
bathtub.
Yeah, you got in the bathtub.
Too close to a wall. And the window.
Well, still, you can. I've heard of people putting a mattress on top of them and hunkering down in the tub with a mattress.
Don't even know I have time to get the mattress out of the bedroom, fight to get it into the bathroom, get it in the tub, and and have that thing come on and put the mattress on top of me. By that time, the tornado would have gone through, and I would have been flying with the mattress.
Yeah.
Heading for
Hey,
Kansas, right?
Anyways, we do have people watching and writing in. So Jose Guzman writes in, "Yay, the Gator Show." Thank you for writing in. Dune writing in, "That's the universal hooker symbol, I think." I'm not sure which thing we talked about was the universal hooker symbol, but we were talking a lot about grab ass. And then he wrote in, "Sup, Jay?" And then Chaz wrote in, "That's sexist, LOL." I think that's referring to Lulu's idea that it's a man's job. And then dude said, "Ew." And then he said, "It's not just blue cheese dressing, it's the blue cheese dressing."
Oh no!
Well, you see, Dune was trying to make wings, buffalo wings, and he was talking about that, like the bottle of Kraft blue cheese dressing wasn't all that great, wasn't as good as the stuff you get in the place. And so I told him, no, you need to get the Marie's blue cheese dressing. Is what you need to do. It's there in the the produce section because they got to keep it chilled. And he was like, "Oh my God, you're right. This is a great blue cheese." So you see, we know our blue cheese dressing.
Oh no!
But
No!
But for buffalo wings.
No!
Buffalo wings? No, I use ranch dressing for that.
No, gotta be the blue cheese
No.
with the chunks.
Ugh.
Dio looks like she's gonna blow some chunks. It's gonna... You just had that look like there were chunks getting ready to fly.
I would never eat blue cheese dressing alone. Again, I mix it up with some stuff.
Oh no, you don't eat it alone. You get hot spicy buffalo wings covered in buffalo sauce, and you dip it in the blue cheese, and you got the cool blue cheese dressing and the hot spicy.
No, dude, no. You use a buttermilk ranch, a really thick buttermilk ranch dressing.
Buttermilk, ew.
No, really, buttermilk ranch dressing is awesome.
I like the blue cheese.
But
I don't like ranch. I really don't.
I just
Moldy cheese.
Well, you know.
my Aunt Dia, she does this really weird concoction with blue cheese, and every time I go up to her place, I always think, "Oh, it's a ranch dip." I'm like,
Short memory.
yeah, short memory. I'm like, "Oh, ranch." It's she mixes pineapple cream cheese and blue cheese dressing, and I'm like, It's the most disgusting thing.
No, that's pineapple blue cheese. No,
And
that
cream
that
cheese.
and
She makes like
cream.
a spread.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
No, no,
She
no.
thinks
I
it's
got to pick
delicious,
blue
and
cheese.
like no one. Yeah.
Well, one time there's this burger place that Brian, Nick, and I would often go to for lunch. What was it? Best Burger, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, no, there was Classic Burger, which was not as good as Best Burger, but it was closer. But every now and then we'd be like, nah, I want the better burger. We go out to Best Burger. And usually, get some fries.
That's
some
gone
onion
now,
rings with
right?
the burger. And one time we got there, and I see
You
that they have
didn't hear you.
mozzarella sticks on the menu. And I'm like, I could go for some mozzarella sticks. And so I go up and I order, double bacon cheeseburger and a side of mozzarella sticks. And they said, would you like ranch dressing or barbecue dressing, barbecue sauce with that? Because I actually got the deer caught in the headlights look, because I literally could not answer that question. Barbecue or ranch for dipping your mozzarella sticks? Those were two wrong answers. There was so they said we'll give you both. I'm like, you don't have any marinara, do you? I'm like, no. I'm all right, fine. So I tried it with the barbecue and and I tried it with the ranch.
On the shoulder.
And hello there. Hello there. Okay. And there's the butt. Okay, thank you.
She's giving you the butt.
Well, no, she's just getting down to snuggle down on the lap because there's no one else in the house, and she's like, okay, your lap will have to do. She will sit on my lap if I'm the only one in the house.
Oh
If
my
I'm sitting next to Kristen, she will jump right past me and go on Kristen's lap. If Kristen gets up, she'll follow Kristen, like, hey, you gonna sit down? So and I was like, I'm sitting right here. Lap is right here. Nope.
And it's
No,
not
I know
moving.
there's another lap in the house. But if the house is empty, after a certain number of hours, she's like, all right, your lap will do. So, yay. Kitty on the lap. She's got a little scratch on her ear, though, because she was being a pest to Hestia a few days ago.
Oops.
And Hestia told her what's what. And so now she's got a little scratch on her ear. So. I'm sorry, I got distracted.
Yes, you do. You do that a lot. Oh, God.
Anyways,
Got my head
So
start
Best
lighting this
Burger
bowl.
and
Lulu, you were talking about some topics you wanted to bring up earlier, I think. What was, we were chatting a little pre-show about, I forget what, though, because that was so many grab asses ago. And,
opinions. Opinions.
Oh yeah, opinions about
is your
certain
sound
topics.
broken? I see you're moving, but I don't hear you.
What the fuck?
I hear Lulu. I hear
Oh,
Lulu.
no. Oh, no, the sound broke.
No.
I hear Lulu.
We don't hear
Do you hear me, Johnny?
Do we hear Brian?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, my God.
I can hear Brian.
This sucks.
And I can hear Lulu.
The hangout
and
sound
I can
broke.
hear Johnny.
All right.
Oh my
Hold
God.
on. Hold on. We'll see if we can fix this.
You got sound on me?
I got sound on you.
Yeah.
That's why
I
I
got
didn't
sound-
think my
I
sound
can
was
hear me.
broken.
Hello?
It's
All right, let's try that now.
It's all in Johnny's head.
Okay.
What was that?
Johnny, you fucking suck nuts.
That's really weird. I got you to come out the 1-2, but I can't get you to come out the 3-4.
It's that blue cheese dressing.
All right, we're having tech problems. Yay, tech problems.
Yay!
I thought it was odd that
Reboot,
Neo was reacting
reboot.
to Kitty crawling all over me, but okay.
Your cat
let's
sucks.
see.
Fix it.
Let's try. What should we try? We should try refreshing the page. Is what we should try doing. Will that work? Will it let me do that?
Brian,
Hello.
he sucks at this.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's try that now. Brian, say something.
Hello, 1, 2, 3.
Nope, still nothing.
Nothing.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
All right, I'm going to. What am I going to do? I'm going to try leaving. Oh, is it not going to let me do that? All right.
Oh my God. I think he needs to shut down Hangouts and reopen it.
Possibly.
It's on his end.
Yeah.
Horrible.
And he's back.
And it's working.
I know he's
now.
back.
It's working now. Yay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know what happened or how long that happened, but
You're still. Another you is still in here.
yeah, he's an imposter. Pay no attention to him.
Okay.
Is he moving?
No, it's just him going.
That's the picture of me. That was a picture of me slightly after I died. Is what that
I
is.
know.
That was not a fun
See,
day.
and I don't have that picture. I have him just sitting there as if he's frozen.
You don't see me moving?
No, in the other one, I do,
Oh.
but your clone is not moving. It's dead
Oh, it's a still person of me in this room then.
with that shirt. Oh,
Oh,
it's
there it
gone.
goes. It left.
Okay.
Okay, Gators, what did you do? Because now Brian is on my YouTube screen and won't go away.
Oh, I'm locked in or something?
Well, when I left the room, it probably switched to him, and then I rejoined the room. So just wait for the lag to catch up. Meanwhile, back over in the chat room.
Oh, there we go.
Nothing new there. So, Lulu, what did we want to discuss this week?
I don't know. I had like a couple ideas. They've been running through my head because I've been watching Social Justice Warriors and that kind of shit on YouTube lately. And I've noticed that there's been certain topics that have been popping up. And I don't know if they're political, and I don't want to get into political bullshit. But I think they're more social issues than they are political.
Okay, social issues.
Well, we
I
could
think are fair.
try them, and if we think it's too political, then we'll do the
Yeah.
thumbs down.
So there's 3 topics. There's fat acceptance and thin
In mints?
yes, thin bits.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, no, let's take this seriously. Let's lay up.
Well, mainly it's fat acceptance, as in body acceptance sort of thing. Like
Right.
like a thin person has more choices in life than a fat person. So people who are, say, 75 pounds overweight and above don't have acceptance in this world, sort of thing. So they're trying to push for more acceptance. There's more than 2 genders, and rape culture, rape culture.
Those are all heavy topics, and
Yeah,
they're all, serious issues in society.
Yeah.
Not sure where to go with that.
I threw hard ones that she asks.
I'm a little overweight, but it ain't restricting me from anything, so I can't complain there. But I try to be accepting of everyone, but it's I think it is something that society too easily is like, well, that's something you can totally do something about, and well, hey, you don't know that.
Not necessarily, yeah.
There are people that could struggle with that all their lives, and they just body chemistry just can't, and I mean,
Yeah, really.
some people are what size they are, and if they're happy, and
But what I'm getting at is it okay for someone to be, say, 400 pounds and say there's nothing wrong with them and try and parade around society saying, look at me, I'm beautiful, and not do anything about it? Would that be accepted compared to someone who is, say, 250 pounds and trying to make changes in their life and getting better because they were, say, a heavier weight, say that they're getting better, say that they're managing their weight and proceeding to lose weight, and
Right.
doing the right steps, but still trying, but still in this fat acceptance movement, but still trying to achieve a better life, while this person that's 400 pounds and above is trying to say, well, I accept fat acceptance, but there's nothing wrong with me.
And
Big
that's
Mikey.
well, you're trying to, set definite
Yeah, society's trying to set definite measures as to say what is not healthy and what is healthy, but also with this fat acceptance movement, and they're trying to be body positive, which is okay, but what determines what is not body positive? What determines what isn't okay in the realm of what's healthy?
I think that is up to doctors and professionals.
If you got to
that's,
come out of your house,
Yeah, I think
using a
every
fork
situation
knife,
is a little different.
that's something that's kind of personal. If someone wants to say there's nothing wrong with me, whether or not there's something wrong with them, it's really not my decision to
yeah, but when you
make.
got to remove the person from the house with a forklift, that's getting pretty serious.
I mean, you could there. But do you even know how things got there? What's the story to that? How do you get to the point of needing a forklift? And we're talking about extreme situations there, which might be
Or
a
a
little,
person that just can't get out of bed at all. I
which
would
is
say
really a
that's
sad
unhealthy.
story.
Sure.
And
People can eat 4 boxes of pizza in one sitting.
I think what's a real issue is when you have like health care plans that want to start adding surcharges to people based on obesity or things like that. Like, well,
Mm-hmm.
and that is, not cool. To
Yeah,
No.
they do whatever they can, and and try to get away with it.
I remember, um, and it's one of these things that it's like I remember when Tharco was updating their policy that they were going to start adding surcharges on the healthcare plans for smokers, and that one, it's easier to make the argument, well, that's within your control. But then again, I never went through the experience of quitting smoking, so I wouldn't be comfortable trying to suggest, well, that's within your control when I not walked a mile in that person's shoes. But that started making me
That's
uncomfortable.
right, twice.
And it's like, that not far behind things like that, it's things like, the fat tax. Hey, if you're going to be overweight, then we're going to charge you more for your healthcare plan. It's like, I don't think that's cool.
No, I mean, like, but there also should be stipulations for someone who is honestly trying to not give a fuck about their health. I mean, there are people out there who are willing, who have a fetish, who are wanting to become 600, 800, 1,000 pounds, and they have been looked at in articles, and just they have been brought to the attention of the media and to and to the public about their, and it's not even, I don't know if it's a disorder or if it's just a fetish or what, but they're out there. And I think that's when it becomes an issue because they're fantasizing about this idea of being big and overweight and.
Well, I think some people pay good money to be sat on by 600 to 1,000-pound women. I think that's the type of thing people can make good money at, but that doesn't mean that it's a good idea. There are many ways people can not take care of themselves, and that's the thing. Is I don't. It's hard for me to get focused on this topic.
Sorry.
No,
because
when you talk about, you talk about people that intentionally pack on the pounds and they want to be big and they want to get bigger, and it's like, well, I'm sure we could find other examples of that aren't as visual or that don't stand out as much. People that will drink themselves to death. People that will, but then again, that's substance abuse, so it's a bit different. But still, there are many ways people can not take care of themselves.
Well, there is that program on the Learning Channel, My 600-Pound Life. This is a regular reality show.
Yeah, there's that too, and you see people wanting to change, wanting to become,
and like on one episode I was watching, this guy's stuck in bed, and I think it's his mother keeps going in and feeds him, so she's enabling the problem. She's part of the problem. It's like, hey, he wants this thing, I'm going to take care of him. Well, you're doing it wrong. This guy's a prisoner in his own bedroom.
And does he want a change, or is he just happy living in his...
No, he's not happy.
He's not happy.
He's stuck.
But he's still eating everything that's brought...
Depression issues, et cetera, et cetera.
But he still wants to eat everything that's brought to him.
Yeah.
That's part of the enabling.
That's
that
enabling.
happens with alcoholics and drug abusers. There are people that enable the problem.
Has he asked for help?
That's what the show is about.
Well, okay, so we've got that to that point. But, it's one of those things where, yes, the mother was enabling, but how did it get to that point? It's not like it happened overnight.
Of course not.
And yes, the mother probably should have thought sooner that, like, we got a serious problem here. But they got to that point, it sounds like.
Right, and it's a complex issue, of course. You're talking about probably the mother didn't want to, hey, this is a grown child.
We'll figure this out. Right. Kids got to eat today. We'll come up with a solution next week, and next thing you know, you're hiring a forklift. It's.
Unfortunately, it does get that way for some people, but it's the whole body empowerment movement, body acceptance movement. I think goes on beyond that, because they're not only doing fat acceptance, but they're seeing it like everybody throughout the spectrum. They're saying even anorexic people are accepted on the other tipping scale. People who are starving themselves to be attractive. So not only are you getting people who are starving themselves, but people who are eating themselves to that 1,000 pounds because they think that's the way to live. And there's nothing wrong with that.
So my nephew is a chef that caters to film crews in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And there's two types of people that he caters to. One is the film crew, and these are, for lack of better terms, they're rednecks that want red meat and potatoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he has to provide. The other group is the actors, and the actors strive to be skinny, and they're all vegans.
Yeah.
Talking about a job that my nephew has that has to cater to such opposites.
Yeah, that's
I
kind of
mean, the
two ends of a
rednecks ain't
spectrum.
gonna eat that vegan crap.
Right,
And even
no.
my nephew makes fun of the vegan crap, but this is what he's going to serve. That's what they want. Shall we say the customer is always right?
I guess what we're getting at here is, have we pushed acceptance too far?
I think we have, as a society, we have pushed.
But these actors, though, they're all have to be skinny, so they're not being
What?
accepted if they're
Wait.
bigger.
Well, let's let Lulu finish what she started saying.
Okay,
I
sorry, Lulu.
I think we've pushed acceptance too far. As a society, we're wanting to accept everything that everyone does, and we have to be politically correct. We have to be like, okay, we accept who you are because you are a human being. It's like, no, if you're 600 fucking pounds and you're trying to act like fucking Madonna, I'm sorry, that's not correct. You do have diabetes. You do have high blood pressure. You do have high cholesterol. You do have high triglycerides. Yes, you do have edema in your fucking feet. You can't walk at least a mile. You can't even run a mile. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
True.
I mean, there reaches a point where acceptance could be pushed too far. I think and it's real easy when you put black and white situations out there. I think the struggle is that there's so many gray areas.
There can't be that many gray areas. There really can't be, because there are eating disorders. You can see that with bulimia. You can see that with depression. You can see that with PTSD. You can see that with within mental health, I could say. You can see that there's eating disorders. But there are people out there that say that they have eating disorders. No, that's a lazy motherfucker out there that say they have an eating disorder because they can't stop feeding themselves fucking junk food. That's a person who's seeking attention sometimes.
Yeah,
because
that can be.
Because mommy and daddy didn't.
It's like Twinkies.
Huh?
Maybe they just like Twinkies.
Yeah, maybe they just like Twinkies. But whatever the case may be, if they're not actually diagnosed with an eating disorder, a lot of times they're just doing it because they like to eat. Okay, I like big portions. I'm not denying it. But at the same time, I don't really eat that much. I had half a thing of mac and cheese, and that was the first thing I ate today.
Well, I think we've got a lot of problems in society that may have gotten us to this point, and how do you properly eat? I mean, it's changed so many. When I grew up, we were learning about the food groups. And then they had the food pyramid. Now I think they have something else, and that keeps changing.
Yeah, because they don't know what's good and what's bad.
And you go into the grocery store. There's so many things that are not food that food has to compete with. There's so many options.
You know what?
Well, but the flip side is that you have an outfit like McDonald's and other fast food places that says, under pressure to have salads and stuff like this. And so then they come up with a salad, but people don't buy it because you don't go to a hamburger joint for a salad.
Right. There was, I mean, the Super Size Me documentary. I think that had its problems and its fair criticisms. And I mean, there have been criticisms made about that documentary, and I think they were fair. McDonald's, got a lot of heat over that, and I remember reading an article at some point following up that they made a lot of efforts to put more healthy foods on the menu. They advertise healthy foods. We got parfaits, we got salads, we got oatmeal, we got. And at the end of the day, sales were abysmal for those items.
Yeah. And you know what? It's all sugar. It's all processed.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the salad is lettuce, but what's on the salad? It's all processed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That's true.
But
over
all these
over
outfits do have the calorie counts. So if you have a problem with that, you can do something about it.
I mean, there's different ways to eat and to track. Dune and I have done the low carb thing, and you can go to a McDonald's and grab a few double cheeseburgers and take the buns off and just scarf down some meat patties, and you're set. But that's not always convenient, I guess.
but it's all processed.
Yeah, there's that.
That's always, somebody posted a meme that made me go, oh, hey, it's when your fast food burger, they took it apart and, and it showed you a plate of bread, a plate of lettuce and tomato, and sometimes onion, and you had the meat. That pretty much covers a lot of food groups. Bread for carbohydrates like that, meat for the protein, and vegetables. That seems like a balanced, pretty
Yeah,
almost
but
like a balanced meal
it's
to me.
shit for meat.
All deep fried.
And the bun, I'm sorry, that's
for
basically
chicken
white
oil.
bread.
It's still bread.
I tried that argument once. I was at Penn Station waiting for my train, to get home after work at the studio one night, and I was hungry, so I went and grabbed a few slices of pizza, and I'm standing there waiting for the train announcement, scarfing down a nice slice of pepperoni sausage pizza, and this old elderly lady looks at me like, I don't know how you can put that garbage in your mouth. I'm like, what? What garbage? Yeah, that's garbage. I'm like, dude, I got all my food groups covered here. The crust, it's got your bread, you got tomato sauce, your vegetable, you got your dairy with the cheese, and you got your meat with the sausage, the pepperoni. I covered all my food groups right here in this slice.
Including grease.
Yeah. And she didn't respond favorably to that comment, but then the train arrived and I went on my way. But
Yeah.
And
I
hey,
didn't
lady, it's none of your fucking business.
pretty much. I was just fucking with her at this point. I didn't actually believe that I had a healthy option there, but I think that makes the point that even venison tried to sell on the McDonald's meal because it covered the food groups, and then Brian knocked it down. How do you find good
Now,
food?
in a way, pizza was considered a healthy food group because for a little while, hospitals were putting pizza on the menu for that reason.
Yeah, except their pizza was square and came in a box and didn't taste like pizza. But
yeah, that was that.
Okay, so
Oh God, hospital food. That's true. Oh, it's nasty.
So, one, I'm diabetic. Two, it's been about almost 4 years. 4 years ago, I was 350 going on 360 pounds. Over the last 4 years, I've dropped 100 pounds. I eat out. I eat at, like Papa Murphy's, or I'll get a fast food, some kind of fast food, probably once or twice a month. And everything else, I cook myself. So I have, and I kind of stay away from pork. I'll eat it every once in a while, but I usually eat chicken or steak. I'll eat seafood sometimes, and I've cut out most of my bread, except for tortillas, like corn tortillas, pita bread, and bagels.
Well, I
which I have.
I got to give you the round of applause for the weight loss, because that is awesome.
Thank you. So I've cut out most. Huh?
So I like Hostess bread.
Oh,
No.
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 Instead of bread,
Hey,
use
that's probably better.
Pop-Tarts.
It's probably better than Wonder Bread.
Hey, I grew up on Wonder Bread.
No, not me.
Kind of. But
So
Hostess bread actually tastes better.
my 4 years ago, my A1C was up to an 8.7, which means my sugars were running about 350, almost 400. My A1C now is a 6.3, which means my sugars run anywhere between 90 and 120, which are almost normal. But anyways, so I've cut out most of my bread. And I honestly, when I want something like fattening or something like that, I pull out like a frozen food. And I have my pizzas, I have my lasagnas, I have something like that. And I do binge eat. I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna lie, I do binge eat. But it's not all the time. I'll pick a day where I'll cheat. And I don't call it really cheating, because I really don't. I've stopped having the craving to really eat. I don't know if it's my antidepressants. I don't know if it's my depression. I don't know if it's just over time just limiting how big my meals are. But something in me changed. And I think it was because I saw myself going down a very bad hill. And when I started reaching 360 pounds, I was like, something has to give, because I couldn't keep living that way.
Yeah, no, that's I'm glad you made those changes, and I mean I lost some weight, then I gained some of it back, but I've not gained all of it back. And I got my own little battles here, and I kind of do my, I try to avoid the carbs Monday through Friday, and I kind of I do a little cheating on the weekend, and I've kind of been able to stay in my same range, but I really need to just suffer through some weekends at some point and just.
But what it is really is the processed foods and the sugars. It really is. Like the diet stuff, like the Diet Coke, the diet snacks, the sugar-free snacks, the stuff that they say diabetics need to use, like the insulin. I'm not saying every diabetic needs to go off insulin right away, believe me. But it's the sugar-free snacks, the light snacks that you find on the grocery counters.
And those
or
are
the
good
grocery.
or bad?
Those are bad.
Right.
Those are way bad because it's the chemicals in them. It's the fucking chemicals.
Well, I think
Sure, I agree.
to lighten the mood a little bit, what is it? There are sugar-free gummy bears that have some interesting side effects.
Oh my! Yeah, they'll make you shit because it's the sugar alcohol in them.
Yeah, and people have written some interesting reviews about them on Amazon. Let's see if we can find some of these.
Sugar-free gummy bears. What's the point?
Well, they're still sweet.
It's like a diet caffeine-free Coke. What is it, brown water?
Well, I remember for a while after Dave Letterman had his bypass surgery, he switched to decaf coffee, and he had the little jingle they'd play every night. Decaffeinated coffee, it's useless warm brown water.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. All right.
But the thing that's funny about decaffeinated coffee is that it may have as much as 50% of regular coffee as far as caffeine is concerned.
Really?
Yeah.
So
There's really no standards for it. Like, there's really no standards for caffeine in coffee at all.
So for those that are thinking sugar-free snacks may be the way to lose weight, I just like to take a moment here to read a review of sugar-free gummy bears. Oh man, words cannot express what happened to me after eating these. The Gummy Bear Cleanse. If you are someone that can tolerate the sugar substitute, enjoy. If you're like the dozens of people that tried by order, run. First of all, for taste, I would rate these a 5. So good, soft, true to taste fruit flavors like the sugar variety. I was a happy camper. I think this means he was chowing down like there was no tomorrow on these. But, or should I say,
Like everybody did.
but with 2 T's, not long after eating about 20 of these, all hell broke loose. I had a gastrointestinal experience like nothing I've ever imagined. Cramps, sweating, bloating, beyond my worst nightmare. I've had food poisoning from some bad shellfish, and that was almost like a skip in the park compared to what was going on inside me. Then came the flatulence. Heavens to Murgatroyd. The sounds, like trumpets calling the demons back to hell. The stench, like 1,000 rotten corpses vomited. I couldn't stand to stay in one room for fear of succumbing to my own odors. But wait, there's more. What came out of me felt like someone tried to funnel Niagara Falls through a coffee straw. I swear my sphincter was screaming. It felt like my delicate starfish was gaping maw projectile vomiting a torrential flood of toxic waste. 100% liquid, flammable liquid, napalm. It was actually a bit humorous for a nanosecond, as it was just beyond anything I could imagine possible. And it went on for hours. I felt violated when it was over, which I think might have been sometime in the early morning of the next day. There was stuff coming out of me that I ate at my wedding in 2005. I had 5 pounds of these innocent-looking, delicious-tasting hell bears, so I told a friend about what happened to me, thinking it had to be some type of sensitivity I had to the sugar substitute. And in spite of my warnings and graphic descriptions, she decided to take her chances and take them off my hands. Silly woman. All the same for her. And a phone call from her while on the toilet, because you kind of end up living in the bathroom for a spell, telling me she really wished she would have listened. I think she was crying. Her sister was skeptical and suspected that we were exaggerating. She took them to work, since there was still 99% of the 5-pound bag left. She works for a construction company. There are builders, roofers, house painters, landscapers, etc. Lots of people.
Only one porta potty.
Lots of people generally have limited access to toilets on a given day. I can't imagine where all of those poor men and women pooped that day. I keep envisioning men on roofs crossing their legs and trying to decide if they can make it down the ladder or if they should just jump. If you ordered these, best of luck to you. And please, don't post a video review during the aftershocks. And that's
Just
one
hang
review.
hang your butt over the edge, right?
Yeah, there you go. There you
I
go.
got one into the White Castle that was that.
White Castle will do
Oh
Oh my god, that was the most horrible stab in the gut pain I had ever experienced. You know, except that one time when it was all that candy. But I had a hospital for that. Oh god, a couple of hours, the pain was unbelievable. Until I did have the shit, and it all came out and the pain went away.
Poop. Actually, this has a useful purpose, though. Here's another review. At my hospital, we once required patients to take a barium enema before a colon endoscopy. Now we prescribe 5 of these little gems. Within 2 hours, the patient is completely cleansed. Saves us thousands per year. Thank you, Haribo.
Do we have any messages?
Nothing's coming through the YouTube chat room, and I'm not. What? Let's see. Sir Mars tweeted that there was no show on the streams, but that I think was earlier when we were having stream problems. Sorry, stream problems. Early show. Hope you're tuned in. There we go. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, that was, let's see, any messages coming through the messenger, though? No, nothing there. Yeah, no one, I guess we got a little too heavy for the right heads.
A lot of that. Don't know what to take. No, don't know what to talk about.
All right. Well, let's see what else. Well, I did do some. You know what I did? I left them all downstairs, though. I was gonna do dollar bin specials this week, but my dollar bin records are all downstairs. So that I fail.
Failure.
I found a sealed copy of the new Christy Minstrel's Greatest Hits for $1. It was only $1.
Oh, it's just a group name.
You're familiar with
the joke about them. Sorry.
You know, I was very disappointed because I thought it had the song Saturday Night on it, so I bought it, and then I put it on, and it turns out, no, it had the song Everybody Loves Saturday Night, which is a different song from Saturday Night. See, it has this song. Everybody loves Saturday night. Which was not our theme song.
Oh boy.
No, I was expecting it to have the other Saturday Night song on it, which was here we go, this one, which we used to use for our promo when we were on Saturday nights. Saturday night, we all get together on Saturday night. I mean, it was just too perfect. I had to use this for a promo when I first heard this. I was like, oh my god, there's our promo music. You can't do it right. Ain't you glad we got Saturday night? So, yeah.
Oh, we should adopt something like Stormy Monday.
That was the new Christy Minstrels.
Yeah, that was.
Now then, have you heard this file called The Rock and Roll Doctor?
Not off the top of my head.
No.
I know Rock and Roll All Night.
No.
Yeah, that would explain me laughing at Christy Minstrels. One of these days, you'll have to find that and listen to it. And there's one small section where, the guy is calling in.
All right, let's see. I think I found something.
Describing your pleasure from dusk till dawn. Rock and Roll Doctor is always on.
Okay, Rock and Roll Doctor, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah, you want to turn your radio down, sir? You want to turn your radio down, please?
Yeah, I'm going to the Aerosmith concert, man, and I was wondering what kind of drugs I should take.
Okay, Aerosmith, that's heavy metal. You're going to want to stay away from stimulants. They react negatively with the high decibels. When those guitars start feeding back, you're going to be clawing your face off. I suggest rather a mild depressant, beer, maybe some Quaaludes.
All right, man. You got any?
No, I don't. I'd like to point out right here, the Rock and Roll Doctor does not advocate drugs or just prescribe them. Okay, Rock and Roll Doctor, you're on the air.
That's true.
Yeah. Are you having a bad trip, sir? Is that what
Too much.
Yeah, okay. Well, you want the hotline. This is the Rock and Roll Doctor. Next, please try to dial carefully, people, okay? It's very important. Rock and Roll Doctor, you're on the air.
Did you see Quadrophenia, man?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you should, man. It's really good. It's got all this Who music in it, man. Really good.
Yeah, okay. Well, you have a question here?
Right. right. Well, it's about the mods, you know. They're like early hippies in England, but they're not hippies. They ride around on mopeds, you know. And
You want to get to the point, please.
yeah. Well, the mods are like always taking these pills. They're called blues, man. I've never heard of blues, man. Like, what are these blues?
As far as I'm concerned, it's Negro music. Blue is not really a good drug color. I suggest try reds instead. Okay, rock and roll doctor, you're on the air.
Yes, my sister and I are going to the new Christy Minstrel show at the Playhouse tonight, and I was wondering what I should take.
A good book. Okay, rock and roll doctor, you're on the air. Yeah.
Good one.
Okay. That was okay. That was good. That was worth it. That was totally worth it. I'm glad I stuck with
God.
it. A good book. Yeah, I think
you. Damn it. Damn it.
I think a good book would do just well at the show there. This is good reading music.
You're the only person, other than that, other than the doctor, who ever mentioned those people. I never heard them. I never bothered to look them up. It's just, okay, a comedy skit thing. And you come up with it.
And now you know who they are.
and now I see exactly what he meant.
Now it makes sense. Well, you know what? Dune brought something to my attention yesterday, and it's left me...
You're gay?
No.
He's just a regular happy guy.
I'm definitely not gay. Definitely not gay. I like the boobies. Not gay.
No.
Well, we were doing the Twitch reviews, and Dune goes and scrolls down to things that get like little to no viewers, and he found a channel that was kind of amusing, and I've come to realize this channel sits live 24/7 on a loop with no viewers, and it's just the same loop, which has me wondering what is this? And so I want to share it to you and see if maybe any of you can answer. What is this? So here we go. This is the channel right here.
Good beat.
Are there people in the chat?
Well, it's just this loop with this shot of this guy.
I know what it is.
What
the
is
Rick
it?
roll.
I know exactly what it is.
What is it?
It's stupid.
Who is this guy?
What does the description say?
The description says, "I like you because you got that Vondel that I need in my life, so give it to me," which is most of the lyrics to the loop that's playing. And then it's got 2 more pictures of this guy, and that's all. That's all.
Dude, I think that's the new Rickroll.
This is the new Rickroll?
Yeah.
Is that what this is used for? This is just a loop here to use as a link to Rickroll. So is this guy named Rick?
No, it's the new.
It's the same concept.
Yeah, it's just
you're trying to point something out, and you throw this instead of what they're pretending it's going to be.
Yeah, like hey,
like a Rickroll does.
Yeah.
Like hey, Rockstar Games released the new trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. Click here to check it out, and then they get. Okay, all right. So this
has got some good low end stuff.
This is something. Okay.
It's like saxophone chihuahua.
Saxophone chihuahua?
Yeah.
Oh no, we got something else coming up that's big.
All right, saxophone
chihuahua.
You played, you saw that before.
Yeah, I still don't know what it is though. I
That?
Troll. Come on! Stop banging
Okay, so that's got like clips of
Um,
things.
Yeah, they do have just 2 hours going.
There we go.
And 10 to 24-hour clips of it.
Okay.
Venison,
Yeah.
why are you watching kid shows?
Wait, what?
Why are you watching kid shows?
Because it's a hell of a lot better than The View, The Talk, Fox News, Fox and Friends, and garbage like that. I'd rather watch the kid shows. And not only that, some of them are really good.
Venison.
I think for venison, it's really all about the tiger dick.
No, it's not.
It absolutely is.
No, because cartoons were going on long before the tiger dick.
Venison.
What?
Venison. How old are you?
It doesn't matter.
How old are you?
Because I've got a lot of people who also watch these. And I've recommended to them, recommended a couple to them, and they watch it, constantly now. They're a fan.
Yeah.
You're part of a cult.
Yeah, venison.
That doesn't
that's
make it
called
better.
pedophilia.
What?
Oh.
It's called NAMBLA, dude. You're part of NAMBLA.
Oh, come on. Not from watching cartoons.
Yes. You have an association that touches little boys and girls.
Okay. Now that's an alt-right, super conservative Republican response to something.
And speaking of that, let's play a game of Would You Rather. So, Brian, pick a number between 1 and 20.
17.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and card 17 is right here. So it's going to be option A. All right, Neo, you pick a number between 1 and 20.
6.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Johnny
card
can
6. All right. So, our next topic of discussion is: would you rather have a torso as short as your neck, or would you rather eat pasta boiled in a public bathroom's toilet water?
Oh. Now you know.
Talk about the neck one again.
All right. Have a torso
as
as short as your neck. So you got neck, you got torso, that's the same thing, and then you got legs. So like you got like no body. You just a head with a neck and a short torso and legs.
Oh, I go for that.
And then you got but this is for life. Eating pasta that was boiled into toilet water is a one-time thing.
One-shot deal, huh?
Yeah, and if you boiled the water, isn't that what you do? If you got dirty water, you boil it.
Does it come with turds?
Well, that's the question.
Well, the idea is to flush the toilet first before you do that.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, even so, even if you can flush the toilet a few times and then get a clean, dunk out of there, usually public restrooms have some residue sticking to the. That's definitely going to be bacterial water, but it's going to be boiled.
It's going to be boiled.
And what if it's blue water?
Well, then. On the one hand, that's cleansing. On the other hand, it's probably poison.
And you probably get the big D's from it.
Yeah,
I'd rather have the torso.
Yeah, but the torso's permanent. You eat a little pasta, you might have the shits for a few hours. It's not all that much different from the gummy bears.
No. I do the torso for life, man. You want to know why? You get Social Security, you get Medicare, you get Medicaid. Just do the fucking torso.
Well, where do your arms go?
You have no fucking arms, okay? You just have long ass legs.
Okay, all right. So you're going with the torso.
Yeah, you could always hire yourself out on a like a Broadway dance show.
Yeah.
Because you'd be all leg.
I think that was a drum fill moment. Was that? Yeah.
Missed.
There you go.
Missed.
Well, I mean, they're not clarified about the public bathroom toilet water. I mean, there's some details there that could, because I mean that's what it comes down to, is one's permanent, one's temporary, but one's really disgusting.
Well, okay, so in Monterey County,
disadvantaged.
In Monterey County, most of the water comes from the Carmel River.
Okay.
Well, they took out a dam, because we're good people, and that'll bring back the wildlife that was there originally. So now you're sharing water from the Carmel River for human consumption and for wildlife. Okay, so you get actually less water out of the deal. So they're going to have to supplement that with desalination, which they don't have a plant yet, and from some other minor sources, but also recycled water.
Recycled water.
Right, which comes from the sewage system. Do you want to drink that?
Well, I mean, all water is recycled.
Yeah, but we're talking directly recycled.
Dude,
man-made recycled.
Guy goes outside. Guy pees on the street. Sun evaporates that. It rains down. Gets in your water supply. You drink
but that's part of the natural
natural
cleansing process. Natural cleansing process.
And how is that different from any other cleansing?
Because recycled water, they use chemicals and everything instead of a natural charcoal filtration.
Thank you very much.
That sort of thing.
In fact, in the East Bay, they create a lot of recycled water, but people don't want that. So that's available for people to do for irrigation, for landscapes, that sort of thing.
Okay.
In fact, a few years ago with the big drought, people were getting these big tanks to put in the back of their pickup truck where they could go and get the free water from the county.
Let's face it, man. Man-made, anything. We find a way to fuck it up.
Of course.
Okay.
And we don't have clean water in Flint, Michigan yet.
Or a few other places for that matter.
Well, Flint was in the big news. So.
All right. Well,
still got, yeah, because they were the biggest thing. But there's still plenty of places where there's lead, and and oh god, they overdo the chlorine. Oh shit, that thing. Oh, that faucet smells. First thing in the morning, you gotta let it run.
Anyways,
you gotta let it run so you don't get the runs.
So we're gonna go with the torso then.
Torso.
All right. I've shuffled this around some more. I'm just gonna pick two cards off the top here. So would you rather lick an ice cream cone covered in ants, or spike a volleyball only to realize it was a wasp's nest? Hello, ants.
Yes.
Have you ever dealt with fire ants?
That's not what this card says.
Well, I'm just asking the question.
No, I haven't. And I did give that thought, and I was like, no. Card says ants. If I had an ice cream cone and dropped it, got some ants on it, that's the question. We're not complicating this.
Of course, it depends on how far north you are, because I'm taking it that Massachusetts does not have fire ants and probably never will.
No fire ants here. So just standard old ants,
Try those Australian ants.
So lick the ants,
huge.
Spike the wasp nest. I think that's an easy one. Anyone going for the wasp nest here? That one who wants to?
Hell no.
No,
They'll kill
I'll
you.
go for the ants.
All right.
Go for the ants as well.
All right, that one was easy. Let's see if we can get a hard one here. Let's see if we can give it another try here.
Well, you
Anyone
did
wants
have to
write
think
in?
about that choice. Let's put it that way.
All right. Would you rather never again cut your fingernails or only be able to drink prune juice for the next year?
I choose the prune juice.
Okay.
Well, if the nails came with the money that Howard Hughes had, maybe. Otherwise,
And
I'm with
Avon
the
does
prune
pay
juice.
for them.
Clean you out right off.
Well,
And Avon had a deal. I think they're still doing this. $100 for every nail over an inch or an inch and a half.
They're paying for that.
Yeah.
So you could like be harvesting your fingernails.
Mm-hmm.
Who's buying?
You're now a fingernail farm.
And who's buying this?
Avon?
I don't know the company specifically.
What are they doing with our fingernails?
Oh, they try and think different things like nail polishes and stuff like that.
Ew, no.
Or is this replacing rhino horn and stuff like that?
Probably.
Let's see. Basil Market. How much can I sell my fingernail clippings for? I heard they pack with calcium. Figured if I start collecting them now. Let's see. I'm more of a toenail person, so I wouldn't know. Sell your stuff to one of them sperm banks. Okay, that wasn't a serious question. So next site. Woman who made let's see, human fingernail for sale, wholesale nail suppliers. I'm not seeing any place that you could. Let's see. Sell your toenails for $154 a batch. On July 19, 2011, in Big Government by TWB grant money. How wonderful. It's that magical stash of cash that the government has that they dole out every year without asking for you to pay it back. Yes, free money. Okay, this sounds fake.
Actually, I've heard about that kind of thing. But not the fingernails, but the free government money.
Yeah, we've always had that.
Venison, you need to start clipping your toenails and fingernails.
Already did that, about 2 weeks ago.
So, here's the thing. Prune juice is for a year. Never cut your fingernails is for life, and it kind of makes your hand unusable.
Wow.
Which, I suppose if you have a partner to jerk you off, you're fine. But, otherwise, you might be out of luck.
For life.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that too much?
I think we'll go for the other option.
I think that look was for the prune juice. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Oh, did we make Lulu sad?
I'm sorry. Okay.
No, I think she's
In
working
my
on the next
so-called spiritual thing, I believe that people can take my hair, take my fingernails, and make voodoo sort of things. So I don't like the whole idea.
Oh, so you wouldn't be selling your fingernails?
No, I wouldn't be selling fingernails. The whole idea is just wrong. That's like making my hair into a wig.
So that's not a good thing. Okay.
No.
Now, do you go to trouble to make sure your clippings are properly disposed so people can't pull them out and make voodoo dolls?
No, not necessarily. I just hope they don't, but
you just figure chances are no one's going to do that.
Yeah, chances are no one's ever really going to do that because they don't know where I go get my hair done.
Right. Okay.
But I make sure I dispose my hair and fingernails at home properly.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I might have to go the prune juice just because that's only a year, but then again, that's a year without beer. So that
without beer?
Yeah, because we can only drink prune juice, no beer.
That wasn't part of it, was it?
Only be able to drink prune juice for the next year, or never again cut your fingernails. Now,
so that was exclusive. I guess I didn't.
If you're only drinking prune juice for a year, you're not drinking any beer.
Is water allowed?
No.
It says
Can you
prune
water it
juice
down?
only.
Dude, that's gonna wreck your kidneys. Oh my god.
Would it?
Oh yeah, I was about to say, the shits are going to be. You wouldn't be able to get real nutrition.
No. You'll get nutrition and stuff. I'm just saying with like the water intake, because prune juice is, depending on the brand, can be like kind of thick.
Well, you would
syrupy.
You could eat food. It's just that as far as
you can eat food, but it won't be. Let's face it. Diarrhea. When it goes through, it goes through.
Well, no, at first you would have diarrhea, but after a while, if you've taken it, you won't have diarrhea as much.
Yeah, you get
And I guess you could put ice cubes in it and let it like sort of melt down. That could be like, I guess, a water base for it, so you don't have to drink as much prune juice and you'll still get a water intake.
Yeah,
no, I think it's going to be worse than that. I don't see the body getting totally used to it.
So Neo, Lulu's taking the prune juice. I'm taking the prune juice.
Yeah, so am I.
But you were just talking against it. I thought you were going to go with the nails.
No, I didn't. Was not against it. I'm just saying that. It's not as bad as the nails. Because when you get the nails like that, you're pretty much they're pretty much useless. I mean, for a lifetime. And also, I know Lulu just fascinated me. She just fascinated me with her total disgust of the nails. And I heard from somebody else that this one lady was totally disgusted with my nails because 3 of them are.
Oh, I think we've heard this story before. I don't remember what it is, but I remember everyone didn't want you to ever talk again after you told it. So moving right along.
No,
Brian.
Oh, now I'm intrigued. What's wrong with your nails?
No.
Or was that another story?
I'm not going to be describing the nails, no. But
what's wrong with your nails? Come on. Do you have a fungus?
And the point of this is that, there's a large percentage of people that are like that. And I'm finding it's kind of fascinating, because what about some people that, like their nails long, period? But, these have uses. But I don't know. I mean, it just makes it seem like those, a lot of the good people of that long nail set are going to be discriminated against, and and everything that goes with it. All right. Excuse me, I am so stoned right now.
So, Brian, are you agreeing with us, or are you going with the nails?
What?
No, I'm with you guys.
Okay. So that brings us to, let's do one more of these. Would you rather your parents have to drive twice the speed limit, or be caught by aliens and placed in an alien zoo?
Be placed in the alien zoo.
Oh, wait, what was the whole question again?
Yeah, let's get the first one again.
Yeah, the first one is, would you rather your parents have to drive twice the speed limit? Maybe this is a game for kids.
I guess, because my folks don't drive anymore, so twice 0 is 0.
So what do we... I mean, how do we define your parents driving twice the speed limit?
No.
No. So you're just going to a zoo.
I'm going into a zoo because I don't want my parents to be driving twice as fast. I don't trust them. No.
That's
But you're in an alien zoo.
That's impressive. Like, just go ahead, take me.
Take me.
Spare my parents. Take me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Alien Zoo have to go with that.
If your parents had to drive right now in their life, would you trust them going 20 miles over the speed limit?
The chances are, like my dad would be doing half the speed limit.
Yeah,
if he was driving.
but if they have to drive like 2 times over the speed limit or whatever.
So I have to go with the Alien Zoo. I'm with you.
I think my dad could handle.
I just kind of hope that they don't do too much anal probing.
I think my dad could handle twice the speed limit. I mean, keep in
mind. Talking about the.
Would your
Let's
mom
put it that way?
Would your mom be able to handle it?
Yeah, about that. But
yeah, if she had to drive right now, would she be able to handle it?
Well, I think once you reach the afterlife, you have super reflexes.
That's what I'm saying.
So this question only applies to my dad because he's the only one that has a valid license anymore. Being that they tend to not let you renew your license after you've passed on. I don't think
that to take it this far as to be your parents now living or dead. I think they're just talking about that in general.
Right now, I have a living dad, and he has 3 Trans Ams. I think he can handle twice the speed limit.
Okay,
just
but
saying.
what happens if they come to California? They pass a law that Interstate 5 will have no speed limit. Then what happens?
The fuck?
They're talking about that. Yes.
Well,
a couple weeks ago.
No.
Well, my dad doesn't drive in California.
It's already up to what, 70 in some parts?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm fine with this.
No.
It's open
We're not
road.
Germany. We're not Germany.
It's
right. Go to Germany if you want to go
open
that
road
fast.
with fields and nothing going on. Go 80.
No. Once you start
80
going
is
into
the standard on I-5 anyway, regardless of the speed limit.
Okay, 80. I haven't traveled I-5 that often.
Well, you do 80 on 101.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
What
I drive it every other week.
Well,
oh, you're talking about down there. No, you
down
do.
There.
You do.
Between San Jose and Santa Maria.
down there. You're talking about down there. If you're going through the fucking mountains, you're going 55, sometimes 65. In other parts, 45 and 30. Around turns.
This is a whole different thing. In Neo's world, twice the speed limit means driving 100 mile an hour on mountain roads. In Brian's world, it means driving 140 miles an hour on flat open road with no obstacles. So
exactly.
that's a whole different question.
Because I'll tell you something. My parents, I would do the twice speed limit thing. That's what they did anyway. I'd be sitting in the car, the kid. Look at the speedometer and go, whoa.
Yeah, I'm not talking about, like, civilized areas, I'm talking about backward motherfucking places. Dirt roads and shit with construction here. I'm not trusting a vehicle with my parents in it going double the speed limit.
Yeah, I don't think they're talking about lifted speed limits there. I think it's, yeah. You're driving a whole different worlds on the same roads. Oh, that was a fun one. We got 14 minutes here. We could probably get one more of these in.
All right.
This was a stocking stuffer for my dad for this past Christmas. This worked out.
So
good.
he thought you were 12 still?
Well, but fuck you. Would you rather shampoo with Elmer's glue for a month, or have a strange rash where you sprout multicolored butterfly wings all over your body?
Oh, well, I already have that going, so.
Oh.
I choose the multi-butterflies wings.
Now, it doesn't say how long you have the multicolored butterfly wings all over your body, whereas the Elmer's glue gives you the 1 month. And let's face it, Elmer's glue, is that really glue? I mean, is it going to get stuck in your hair in the shower, or is it going to all rinse out? I mean...
No, I don't want to do that. No.
Well, you know, they're selling Elmer's glue by the gallons so that you can turn it into a goop.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Elmer's glue doesn't dry fast and doesn't stick that well. And it's not like it's going to affect me all that much, because how much hair do I really have to run the Elmer's glue through?
So you're going to be cheating.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you got to be talking about the hair down there.
For all you know, I shaved that.
I don't want to know. I don't care enough.
No, don't.
Kitty cat, attack him! Attack!
So Lulu, we just learned something new.
No, I don't do that.
No. I hope the cat attacks you.
No. The cat loves me, isn't that right, Tico?
No. It only just.
I'm going with the Elmer's glue. That's my answer. Lulu's going with the butterflies. Brian has the butterflies, and that leaves us with venison.
Yeah, I'll go with the glue too. I ain't got that much hair anyway.
There we go. We totally cheated. Oh, check out what I found at the record store on Saturday. Another copy of Silk Degrees.
What?
What?
An 8-track?
Yes, on 8-track.
Silk Degrees?
Yeah.
Sounds like a porno.
No, it's a class. You know, Bob Skaz, Silk Degrees, classic album.
No, that's a porno.
That's not a
Bob Skaggs I've heard of, but I never heard that.
No, yeah, that's the
so
the
it's
album.
a Boz Scaggs album.
Right. It's one of those
As a quad.
No, it's not quad.
Then why did you buy it?
Because it's well this way I have I have another degree.
Another degree.
Yeah.
We need to stop collecting things.
See, it's got this classic on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you know, because I remember one time sitting at dinner, and my parents were getting into a little bit of a not an argument, not a fight, just a kind of a hello there.
Scratch his balls.
A little bit of a conversation.
Yeah.
Tail in the face, butt in the face.
The butt's over here.
Fart on him.
Here,
well,
so.
I mean, it's all part of the process.
Yeah, she's settling down. There we go. Anyways.
Why isn't she attacking?
Because she likes me.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, she does.
Because
she
he
does.
feeds her.
Because I feed her.
Yeah.
As long as the food is, long as the food is flowing, they won't eat you.
Yeah, exactly. And
just wait until you die in the house alone, and the cats don't have food. They'll just eat your face.
Yeah.
That's why I said they'll eat you.
Hey, I'll be dead. I won't care. I'll just be glad to have been able to help feed them after I died. Anyways, so my parents are getting some kind of conversation at the table, some kind of competitive conversation. And I think it turned into, like, at some point, my mom was like, oh, yeah? Well, why don't you go ask your dad who has more degrees? Because my mom went back and got her master's. And so we asked him, well, yeah, who has more degrees? And Dad said, I do. Mom's like, oh, yeah? He goes, yeah. I got 2 copies of Boz Scaggs Silk Degrees. So, that was... No? You didn't like that?
No.
play, children booing clip.
Did your mother hit him?
No, no, she didn't.
She should have.
But
she should have taken off her shoe and just smacked the fuck out of him.
We didn't have that kind of family.
I did.
No, go ahead.
My mom decided to throw plates and knives and stuff at my dad.
No, we didn't have any throw. My brother threw a Bible at me once. Gave me a black eye. Hardcover edition. It was I don't know what prompted it, but we all got on each other's nerves. And so at some point they threw something at me, and they're throwing things at me, and I was like, quit it. And they wouldn't quit it. So I decided, okay, you throw something at me, I grab it, I hold on to it, and you can't throw it again. Unfortunately, we were in a house full of all kinds of throwable stuff, and this turned into a challenge for them. So it got to a point where I was blocking the pile of stuff that had been thrown at me on the landing of the stairway to the second floor. And at some point, they tried to throw a vacuum cleaner at me, but it was too heavy; they couldn't lift it.
A vacuum.
Of course, today you could get a Roomba. That'd be throwable.
Yeah, that would have been throwable.
That's a nice frisbee.
Yeah, no, but this was the large canister and hose attachment. Yeah. That did not go very far. So at some point they ran up the stairs as I blocked the pile of stuff on the landing, and they go to the bookshelf, and Steph grabs a Bible, hands it to my brother, and says, "Throw this at him." And he looks at her. She's like, "Throw it." He looks at me, and mind you, they're at the top of the steps. I'm at the bottom of the steps, so they had gravity helping them, and gave it a good fling, and man, was their aim true. It was bam, right in the face. That ended the game right then and there, and I had a bump, and they were in trouble. Greg was in trouble, and
oh my God.
And the guidance counselor called me into the office the next morning to ask me if everything was okay at home, and so I had to explain that to them. No, it was my brother threw a Bible at me.
It was a religious experience.
It was a. That was around the time of one of my great-grandparents' funerals, because I remember at the funeral the priest asked me, "Oh, happy your face there." I'm like, "Oh, my brother threw a Bible at me." Ah, he got hit by the word of God. It's a pretty powerful word. Yeah.
It's like, fuck you, son of a bitch.
Yeah. The irony was not lost on me. Okay. Anyways. So yeah, that was the stuff. That was the only thing that I could really think of that got thrown around. It was my siblings, not my parents, that were throwing the things around. But
I used to throw rolls of toilet paper at my sister.
Now,
okay.
How many kids were you?
There were 4 of us.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm the oldest.
You're the one that get hit with the Bible?
What's? I'm sorry, Lulu. What did you say?
You're the one that gets hit with the Bible?
Yeah, they were all troublemakers.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, you're the
I
oldest.
couldn't get away with doing
power and dominion over them.
I couldn't get away with jack shit. They could get away with everything. So I knew better than to throw shit at them, because I threw shit at them. Oh, hell no. They throw stuff at me. No. It's all fun and games up until I wouldn't.
I don't mean, throwing shit and all like that. I mean, being assertive. You are the oldest. Don't fuck with me.
But they knew that they could get away with anything, and I couldn't walk crooked without getting in trouble. I couldn't get away with it. You don't understand the pains of being the oldest child.
Lulu.
Huh?
I think
we're going to play a big violin for him, right?
Okay. All right, Brian, where are you
The
with your
biggest
siblings?
violin.
Yep.
All right, Brian, where are you? Middle, old, young?
Middle.
You're middle. Lulu?
I'm the oldest.
Okay, you know.
I know a little. But then again, my sister and I are almost 10 years apart.
Okay, that's a whole different world.
So how many siblings in the family? Just the two of you?
Yeah, just her and I.
Oh, see, that hardly counts.
My mom had my mom had 7 miscarriages between us.
Oh,
that sucks.
Yeah, so technically there would have been 9 of us.
That's a whole different thing right there. See,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're the oldest of 9 of you, oh man, that
Yeah, imagine that.
The oldest.
Actually, no. I would have been second oldest because she had a miscarriage before me, and then there was 5, and then Sarah, and then there would have been a younger one after Sarah.
All right. No. I couldn't get away with. The oldest one. There's higher expectations on the oldest child. Higher standards are held to, and so yeah, I could not be throwing around stuff at them, but they could be throwing stuff around at me, as long as they don't like make a bump on my face, which they did. They took it too far.
Make it totally psychological, not throw stuff around. That just brings them down to. That just brings you down to their level, But still, I understand the whole sibling rivalry / let's fuck with them type attitude, but they have vacuum cleaners thrown at you.
Well, they didn't throw very far.
Yeah, that's not the point. They threw a vacuum cleaner at
I figured that was the point where gravity wasn't in their favor.
Well, you're right. I basically, I stood there and watched. I'm like, yeah, let's see how far you get with that. Thump. Yeah, that's still all the way over there. Good job with that. And then they went upstairs.
I can see throwing fruit, tomatoes, or books, or whatever, stuff like that. But a vacuum cleaner. Why don't you just pick up a card and throw that at you?
I don't know.
I'm sure they would find a way.
Anyways, we were all a bunch of troublemakers. I don't know. I think one of the angriest I saw my dad get at my brother was the time he blew his nose on my shirt.
Yeah, the only reason why they're troublemakers toward you because you let them do it.
Well, I didn't at first, but then anytime I tried to not let him do it, I get in trouble. So
I was more of a mom to my sister because of some issues.
Yeah. But one time we're hanging around outside, and I don't know, me and my brother, he was doing something annoying. I don't know. He was mad at me. I was mad at him, and so he just, was like, "Fuck this!" He grabbed my shirt, blew his nose right in it, which was creative. I'll give him that. I wasn't seeing it like that at the time, though, and so I immediately went in and I was like, "Look at what Greg did to me," and. At this point, I was going to go change my shirt. My dad's like, no, don't change your shirt. I guess my dad wanted to get creative without a deal with this. So I'm like, but I just want to change my shirt. No, leave the shirt. So he takes my brother, hands him the box of tissues and says, clean your brother's shirt off.
Oh.
And it was, I have to say, it was a very surreal moment because at some point I'm standing there, Greg grabs some tissues, and he's just doing this, like, up and down wiping motion on my shirt. And my mom and dad start having a conversation about something else. And I'm standing there, and I'm just like, this has got to be the strangest moment that I've experienced. Because I'm just standing here with my brother cleaning up my shirt while my parents are having a conversation about something over. It was just so surreal. And then I changed my shirt. But, yeah. It's a weird moment. But, we have been educational here. I think we've learned a few things. So let's go around the room and talk about what we've learned.
Real quick, I just wanted to let you know this.
Yes.
Now, do you know about that fire over there in Notre Dame, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's a crying shame. But recently also, a billionaire decided to donate $100 million to have it rebuilt. And it's like, how can you rebuild something like that?
Yeah, but there's a lot of cathedrals and historic buildings during World War II that were destroyed and they were rebuilt. It's as simple as that. Buildings can be rebuilt.
Yeah,
I think there was a firefighter that was killed, but I think that's all.
Yeah, but you don't hear about that much. This is Notre Dame.
Yeah.
This is the icon. It is what it was in all its glory and majesty. Now, let's say reconstruct that, exactly the way it was. It's going to lose.
Yeah, but it's not like it's burned down to the ground. Most of it's there.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. The roof and the spire is gone. Yes, those can be rebuilt, but the main towers are still standing.
Besides, they still have plans for when it was built in the first place.
Yeah.
Those still are kept, so they can just go off the same plans.
If they rebuild it like that, that'll be fine.
And that's what they'll do.
Yeah.
They won't make any changes at all.
As long as they're doing that, because I don't want to see them. It's like what it did to my church back home. It was the old classic standard, with the steeple and everything else, and design, blah blah blah. But they tore it down to make a new church because it was getting too old. And what they put up was this ultra modern thing that that ain't a church.
I doubt they're going to do that. It's too much of a historical place.
Absolutely, they'll rebuild it the way it was for sure.
Okay, but now here's the fun part. And you might want to have the conspiracy music up.
Oh no! What now, Venison? All right. Here, let me.
Okay, Venison, hit it
up. You cue it up whenever we get to that part. I had a phone conversation. Somebody called me up, and I was surprised at who it was. With Skylark. And he, the things that came out of his mouth were incredible. But he.
So how's Elvis doing?
He's a big fan of the Hollow Earth theory, and of the Alien Galactic Federation. Who are disciples of light or something like that, and they're going to steer the earth and help us get back on our feet, blah blah blah. And he was saying that the Notre Dame's fire was possibly caused by a heat ray. Some kind of heat ray the military had perfected or whatever.
So they were just testing this.
Decided to use it on Notre Dame.
Did this fall in the wrong hands, or was this a test gone awry, or?
Don't know. Or it might have something to do with the real controllers of the world.
We're talking about cats, right?
Close to it.
So the cats, you got the heat ray, and they're burning down the iconic cathedrals one by one.
Well, at least Notre Dame.
Well, it's a good thing we got Skylark to, do the real research here and alert us to these things.
Right.
Where does Elvis fit into this?
He's at the 7-Eleven, isn't he?
The 7-Eleven next to Notre Dame?
Yeah, he's still alive. He was an old man, and he had, makeup done, so that he would look completely different.
And he's been in contact with his family.
Kind of, because, for a while, he was working as a groundskeeper at the estate.
At where?
At the estate.
Oh, it's Graceland.
Yeah.
Man,
It's so nice we have Skylark out there to find these things out for us.
Skylark needs to stop eating those peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
What?
Hey, I like those.
Venison, you know Skylark pretty well. You lived with him for a period of time. Was he always like this and just didn't talk about it, or did something change?
Well, yeah, the internet.
Well, he always had access to the internet because you were leeching off of the Hershey Squirts family's Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, but oh yeah, when I was there, staying with him for that year, yeah, he was like that because he was getting all this information because he got hooked into it. Now, to when he started, I'm not sure. But he's been coming across a lot of really wild data. Let's just say.
Yeah, well, he told me about the reptilians. He showed me that. He showed me that evidence. But on that note, we do try to be educational here, so let's stop talking about the bullshit and let's get back to the facts. So we should really think about what is it we learned here this week. So, Brian, what have you learned this week?
Well, I mean, the biggest news is that Venison dropped the bomb about Johnny earlier in the show.
The bomb about Johnny.
Yeah. Right, Venison?
I can't remember which one that was now.
Yeah, what you said that he was gay. He's the happiest guy here.
Oh, whatever.
See, and there's denials. See that?
And Lulu, what have you learned? Pot is good.
And working.
Pot is good and working. That's what you learned. Okay.
It's working finally.
Yay, it's kicking in just in time.
Yeah.
And Venison, what have you learned?
Well, it has kicked in with me, so I'm happy. Well, I've learned how much, I've been wondering about how much you've been picked on throughout your life. Now I'm finding out how and possibly why. But
yeah, as the oldest brother, he's the guy that's picked on.
Yeah, that's the thing.
How does that happen?
You must have pissed off somebody really bad to have him throw a vacuum cleaner at you.
And a Bible.
Sorry, the Bible.
You wonder why he didn't become a priest.
Well, it was...
Yeah, a lot of humor could be thrown into that, but, the vacuum cleaner is what got me.
It was a good news Bible, but I wasn't seeing any good news in that day.
Oh, I see. That turned you off because it was really more like bad news.
Yeah, the bad news is
there you go.
That's the hardcover edition. Yeah. But what have I learned this week? So many things to choose from. I've learned that Venison is gonna try to raise money by selling his fingernails.
Yeah.
and I've learned that Neo's not fond of that. No.
Neither will Lulu.
Yeah.
Lulu. I'm sorry. Old habits die hard. On that note, I think that puts another episode to bed. But we do have lots of great...
I also learned to pay attention to the storm warnings.
I've learned that if a tornado comes through Venison's neck of the woods, he's going to die.
Oh, man.
Probably.
It's been nice talking, Venison. And,
Just click her heels 3 times.
Say hi to Kansas for me.
And boom, you'll be back in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently there were 3 of them that came real close to the city. I'm watching, watching both lines go up on the right side and the left side, go north and split where we were. Yay, the shields are still working.
Yeah.
Anyways, be sure to check out ADHD Radio tomorrow with Video Vamp and Chicken Fingers. Remember that Vamp? He knows how to toss a salad. You don't even need the jam.
Oh, there you go. That's
there
it.
you go. And what else? Other shows during the week and Dune and Bob on Sunday. NHURadio.com will take you to our Facebook page. Thank you for listening. Good night.
Boobies!
Throw the anvil at him.